Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 1st of Feb and also the day of the Union Budget, and I'm going to quickly go over what the trade was. So, for the plan for the day basically is that it is an event. Generally, budgets are dangerous events. At this point, it has gone way off my screen. Budgets can be dangerous events because you can have massive moves. This is really not much of a move compared to what sometimes budgets have done, like the past few. So, on a day like that, what I want to do is I want to be short on the volatility side. So, there's a huge implied volatility. Obviously, premiums are huge, but the potential risk also is huge, and that's why one justifies the other. I think last year, Bank Nifty 120 rupee option closed at 1000 plus something. So, that is the kind of volatility that you see during budgets. And the idea for today is that we are opening gap up off the back of like very good sentiment, and after that we are continuing to head higher. I entered my trade around 9:30. So around here, this just before this candle is where I entered the trade, and the idea was that given that premiums are so big, I want to keep a lot of distance and I want to stay safe, and that's why I shorted the 18,100 call and 16,800 put. Now I shorted both of these for about 36 and 37. So both put together, you can say about basically 73, 74 rupees is what I got for it. What ended up happening is there was a steady IV expansion from my entry. So I entered around here, right? From here, the call has shot up all the way till 66. And meanwhile, what has happened to the put? Let's just take a look. The put hasn't given up any value. In fact, the put has given a loss because the put also has gone up in price, if you see. So I've entered it around 36, and you see the put has not given up any value. It's trading at exactly the same. But of course, I know for a fact that by the end of the day, the crush and volatility has to take place, which is why I have to have a little bit larger of a risk appetite. From where I entered, my position actually went into a good 18-20 points of loss at one point due to the call expansion. But because puts had not given up value, I also had the ability to move up my put options without a depreciated put value, right? Because the IV continued to remain high. Now, there are two things that could have been done here. One is this, or second, move my position even wider and up the quantity, because I have the ability to do that. I was trading about 20,000 sizing, but I don't want to do that, and that's not the approach I took. So I moved up my put options till 16,900 first, and then to 17,000. So around 10 o'clock, 1 hour, 50 minutes before the speech is where I moved up my put options at about 60 rupees. So my average at that point was 59, 59, 59. So around 59 rupees. And there was a point where this 17,000 put was trading for 60 and this was trading for 62. So there was 122 rupees in the 17,000 and 18,100 strangle. The reason I kept 18,100 is because I was potentially the upside pin would have been much worse. Now, as the budget took place, not really much happened. At the worst point, my position did go into 4 lakhs loss, but you have to have a higher risk appetite. I cannot keep adjusting or trying to move with the market on a day like today, because you will have rapid moves. I mean, even before the budget situation, you had this random candle over here which blew up the puts to 70. The calls went to, at this point, I think 40 or something. And then again, very quickly, the calls are trading higher than 60 and the puts have come back down to 45. So it's really going to be all over the place. The best thing you want to do on a day where you're expecting there to be volatility, but finally a volatility crash, is not have to make too much adjustment. Now I know how much risk I'm willing to take. My risk appetite was around 25 points. It went till about 18-20, and from there, once the FM speech took place, the volatility crush was instant. It was in seconds. The position was making a lot of money. So I went from, I think, from 0 to almost highest point mark to market was about 9.2 thereabout. It happened in about 15 minutes. In a 15 minute span of time, that's the volatility crush. Now, when volatility is getting crushed in that manner, an important thing to do will be to get out if it starts going up again. See, what happens is everyone has bought long and short options. So people have bought long calls saying that, okay, something will happen, the market will break out, or people like, okay, no, that gap will fill or we'll have a rejection. The market has been moving up past 3 days. All those bought options are being dumped. So the supply is suddenly increased a lot. Nothing happened, nothing noteworthy in the budget. So everyone, so that is also a point where you need to start thinking about, okay, I have to book profit somewhere. So my approach to this was trailing with 5 points. Generally on regular days when I'm done with my trade, I trail by 2 points, but here I was trailing by 5 points, and which means on 20,000 sizing, 5 points is 5 into 20,000, 1 lakh. My highest mark to market was 920. As it went down to 850 itself, I was trying to square off because there was an excessive volatility crash. But with slippage and everything, this is what finally ended up happening. The full order book, this entire order book, is available on Telegram. People who don't know how to look it up, I'll just cover that as well. You go to Telegram or Nifty BN. Now, once you go here, you can go to files. So in files, search for orders. Right, so you'll find every traded day that I have, you'll find the entire order list here. It's quite easy to find. Yeah. So anyway, that's about it. It was a day where, see, the thing is, these kind of days are going to be very tricky. You might get stopped out very easily. So on such days, you have to have a little bit of a higher risk appetite. Either cut down your position size if you want to keep the same risk appetite, or if you're keeping the same position size, you have to have a higher risk appetite. Because once the volatility crush does come, and if there isn't a substantial enough move, you'll get the opportunity to trail the way I did. Now, for example, let me just go over. When I exited, I purchased it back for 57 rupees, that particular spread. Now 57 rupees, that thing is now trading for how much? 48 rupees. So obviously another 9 points of profit I would have been, but that's not necessarily the case. If you see, just a couple of seconds ago, this put option went all the way up to 80, right? So you have to trail at some point. It would, I mean, I exited at 57. Yes, now it's trading at 48, which means the position would have given me more of a profit, but you can't do all. You have to trail. When there is a big crush, it might go up just as quickly, or till now there has been no delta move, that delta move might come in. So that's exactly what it is. So this is a summary of the trade. I hope you guys had a good budget trading day, and yeah, I will catch you at the next one. Take